Mentally ill man shot after allegedly attacking police in Stony Hill Square. A mentally ill man was shot by the police in Stony Hill Square, St. Andrew. He was shot after reportedly attacking one of the cops who sustained injuries. It is reported a police team went to the area to apprehend the man in relation to a case of robbery. The man reportedly attacked one of the cops with a sharp object. Both have been assisted to hospital. The scene was cornered off as police and Independent Commission of Investigations investigators conducted separate probes into the incident. Manhunt for convict who fled court ahead of gun possession sentencing. Police personnel are now searching for a man facing sentences for gun possession who fled the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston. Being sought is Anthony Williams, who is from Almantown in Kingston. It is reported that Williams escaped custody by jumping from the building onto Tower Street. He was said to be sentenced following a recent conviction for possession of a firearm. Williams is already serving time in prison for a separate gun possession charge. Man charged after housebreaking in Mandeville. A man is facing housebreaking and larceny charges after allegedly breaching a man's home and making off with electronic devices worth approximately Jamaican $150,000. Charged is 55-year-old Colin Thomas. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 6:30 a.m., a homeowner secured his premises before leaving. However, on his return, the owner allegedly caught Thomas exiting the house with items wrapped in a sheet. He made an alarm, but Thomas reportedly managed to escape with the items, which included electronic devices, accessories, and household items valued at $147,500. Thomas was subsequently arrested and charged after being positively identified by the victim. His court date is being finalized. Port Mara residents appeal for help after homes damaged in landslide. Residents of Cox Street in Port Mara, St. Mary, are appealing to the authorities for help after a landslide damaged several homes in the community. The landslide occurred during the heavy rains in the town earlier this week. "The way I feel nervous, all know me nervous," Val Thomas, whose house collapsed in the landslide, said as he recounted the incident while combing the rubble from his belongings. Thomas is asking the government to assist him in his recovery effort. "The spot where I am, I wouldn't mind the government, Member of Parliament, and everybody who can give me a strength, make me find an end away from here so I can live a better life," Thomas stated. His neighbor, whose daughter's house was damaged in the landslide, echoed his plea. "I love you so much, my Prime Minister. I am asking you please to assist us. My neighbor has nowhere to live and my daughter's house needs to be fixed. But we don't have it like that. We are very poor," the woman said. "I am asking you please to send help towards us." Falmouth Mayor, police appeal for traffic lights in Trelawney. Mayor of Falmouth and Chairman of the Trelawney Municipal Corporation TMC, Councillor C. Gajo, is appealing to the National Works Agency NWA for the installation of 2 traffic lights at 2 intersections leading off the North Coast Highway into the town of Falmouth. Gajo is lobbying for a traffic signal to be placed at the intersection of the road at Bow Gate leading into Falmouth and the other on the road off the highway under the bridge leading into Falmouth. There is an urgent need for these 2 stoplights, one under the bridge and the other at Bow Gate, because of the traffic congestion that motorists have to encounter at these 2 intersections, coupled with the indisciplined behavior of drivers at these 2 locations, he told reporters. Head of the Trelawney Police Division, Superintendent Winston Milton, supported Gage's advocacy, citing that the police personnel have to be placed at these 2 locations at peak hours to monitor the flow of traffic. "We support the call. We have to be putting police officers at the bridge to regulate the flow of traffic, particularly in the peak hours and on Wednesdays when we have the Bend Down Market and when we have cruise ships in port," Superintendent Milton stated. "What we recognize is that the motorists exiting Bow Gate have a difficult time doing so because of the volume of traffic on the North Coast Highway. So we figure that it should be regulated and have a signal junction there to facilitate the smooth flow of traffic," he stated. He added that the erection of the stoplights will result in the reduction of motor vehicle collisions in the Bow Gauge area. But Chief Executive Officer of the National Works Agency, E.G. Hunter, revealed that the accumulated cost of both traffic lights is $40 million, which the agency can't afford at this time. We are way into financial year now, so the probability we won't have $40 million there waiting for a request from a particular location. But diverse organizations and individuals can make requests. We will examine them, and to the extent they are technically feasible and the funding is in place, then we will. If not, we have to wait until then, Hunter told reporters. More assistance for Clarendon farmers. Several Clarendon farmers have been benefited from $1.5 million worth of agricultural imports from the Jamaica Bauxite Mining Limited, JBML. The items, which include farm tools, protective gear, productivity enhancers, pesticides, and spraying tools, were handed over by Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining Floyd Green at the Rural Agricultural Development Authority Rhoda Parish Office in Clarendon on Tuesday. The contribution forms part of its initiative with JBML's Environmental, Social and Governance (ESG) program. This is in support of the agricultural sector recovery efforts following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Green, in his address, stated that more than 600 hectares of crops have been put back into production following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. He informed that Clarendon, some 288 hectares of vegetable crops were damaged, including yam, cassava, banana, and Irish potato, and about 1,849 birds were lost. Green noted that 2,200 registered farmers were affected and others were not registered. In a disaster of this nature, I say to our farmers, get registered. It's difficult to provide support if we don't have any record that you are a farmer, he pointed out. Green noted that through the combined efforts of RODA, private partners and the ministry, support has been provided to 2008 farmers in Clarendon. Farmers have been given vegetable seeds, fertilizers, boilers and layer chickens, and some chicken farmers have received material to re-establish chicken houses. Government has also been giving help with land preparation already. 15 greenhouse farmers have received material to cover 185,000 square feet of space. Green pointed out that the ministry did have to reallocate resources from critical programs to address losses in the sector. One of the good things was that the government put in place an insurance policy so that we have the hurricane came and we drew down $10 billion. We could ask the finance minister to give us at least $1.4 billion to lead the recovery in agriculture, he pointed out. As such, he said, the ministry will be able to launch its onion and Irish potato program in a few weeks, as well as yam program to treat yam rust. These have not been affected by funding to take care of the rebuilding that resulted from the hurricane, he emphasized. Meanwhile, President of the Mount Airy Farmers Group, Karen Smith, who was among the beneficiaries of the assistance from JBML, said that some lost fruits such as pear, ackee and mango, as well as 2 acres of plantain and banana during the passage of Hurricane Beryl. They all went down, but I did not roll over and die. I picked up myself after Beryl, did the heavy cleaning up, and now I'm reaping a little banana and tomato, she told reporters. We got seeds from RODA, so from what we reaped, she noted. She expressed gratitude for the support from JBML. Farming has enabled me to send my children to Glenmuir, Lennon High, Thompsontown High, Denby High, and the University of the West Indies. All that schooling came from farming. I did not go anywhere else to earn, just from farming. I built my house. I bought a little car from farming, she said with pride. Whatever I receive today, I will try to make it a benefit for my farm and to help my children, she added. Damian Powell, a young farmer from the area, told reporters that he has been farming since age 6, planting kushkuyam by his father's side. He said he loves farming and makes a good life out of it. Powell, who lost chickens and several acres of hot pepper and pumpkin during the hurricane, has also started to replant. So far, I have replanted 2 acres each of sweet and hot pepper and 3 acres of pumpkin, he stated. Powell, who was also a mango farmer at the agro park in the parish, told reporters that he is thankful for the help he is receiving. I give thanks for it, and probably, if I get enough, I can share it with other farmers, he noted. JBML is a government-owned company that manages the government's equity in bauxite and aluminum industries. The items provided by the entity are expected to help farmers rebuild their operation, improve resilience, and foster the sustained recovery of Jamaica's agricultural sector. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.